Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am Madden Gaming, and I am back with another action video. Today's video got something a little bit new. It's more like a documentary type of reaction. This one we got meet college football's first ever 9-year senior. Now I heard about him in a game this past Saturday, and I heard, I just like heard little details when they said that he was like a 9-year senior or some shit like that. That right there blew my mind. That is crazy. A 9-year senior, guys. Man, I to hear his story. Also, I am going to turn on subtitles for this, so make it easier for y'all guys to watch along with me if you want to. But before I do his reaction, I need you guys to like this video right now. Subscribe to your boy if you want more reactions just like this one. And my favorite dude is jump right into it.
How far would you go to chase after your dreams when you're way beyond the point of doubt just creeping in and it's become a permanent residence living in your brain? Do you have that inner strength to keep going for what you want? Tight end Cam McCormick spent more time as an Oregon Duck than Oregon's current coach has spent coaching at any one school. As a matter of fact,
Wait a minute. Hold on, 2015 Alabama, yeah, I know that. 2016 through 17 Memphis, 28 2018 Georgia. God damn. This right here, guys. This is crazy, bro. What?
to illustrate just how long he spent at Oregon, Dan Lannis coached at 4 different schools since Cam originally committed. When you hear 9-year senior, bro, I wouldn't blame you at all if the first thing to pop in your head was basically just jokes. But the way most guys become 7 and 8 year seniors is by going down a road that no one travels voluntarily. A road filled usually
Facts.
with physical pain, months of rehab, and a bunch of one-liners about them playing against kids while failing to acknowledge all the struggles they've endured. Injuries are a part of every football journey, but we all know that football injuries don't get handed out equally. And when you're drawing straws, bro, it's only natural that somebody's got to come out with the short end of the stick. In 2013, when Cam McCormick was a sophomore in high school, that was the year in his life when several things stopped happening. A little good, a little bad, that's just the way life goes. It was the last time he would hear that he was too small to play D1, but it was also the last time he'd see his dad. Last year when asked about his dad, here's what Cam had to say, quote, "I wouldn't even recognize him in a crowd. And though the chances are small, man, somebody out there might actually recognize him because in 1989, Cam's dad was drafted by the Montreal Expos straight out of high school. They took him
Oh
in the
damn.
58th round. 10 years later, his son Cam was
Okay.
born. But 2 years after his birth, bro, his parents got divorced. At first, they maintained a solid
Ah.
co-parenting relationship, but that ended so long ago that Cam don't even remember it. When he finished first grade, Cam
Damn,
moved with his
bro.
mom as they went from Arizona all the way to Pennsylvania. That's where young Cam set his sights on becoming a D1 athlete and maybe going pro like his dad had once done back in the day. I'm not sure how much motivation that was in Cam's life, but I know it took something deep down for him to endure what was to come. He and his dad drifted further apart both physically and emotionally. His mom seemed to pick up on that because even though they were both doing well in Pennsylvania, she felt the move had further damaged his relationship with his dad. So when Cam hit the 6th grade, they moved back to Arizona so that he could maybe fix the relationship that every young boy needs. But even after the move, the
Facts.
relationship was never
Everybody
truly
needs
rekindled. So when
a
Cam was
father in
about
their
to
life,
start high school, he and his mom moved to
or a
Oregon.
father
There he
figure,
was
I
close to
should
his
say,
dad's
in their
father,
life.
Cam's granddad, who provided the male guidance that the kid desperately needed. He also grew close
Perfect.
with an English teacher named Carol, who got really close with Cam's mom and helped him get his academics together. Up to that point, dude had always hated school because his whole life he had struggled with auditory processing challenges. When Cam first met Miss Carroll, he wasn't doing great academically, and she needed a way to motivate him, so she asked him.
Sorry for pausing right there, but what he said about, I'm gonna be honest with you, I can't remember the word off the top of my head, but me personally, I had some challenges like in school, like um processing things and stuff like that. So I always got like extra help, or like whenever it was time for testing, I always got like one-on-one help, or maybe like it'd be like four people in another class that I had to go out of, just things like that. So I feel him with I feel how he is, especially in school, because I was like that in school. Still am like that at times, extra help, but it's not. Hey guys, one of the things that my grandma taught me is it's okay to ask for help. That was one of my biggest fears in high school, middle school, elementary, whatever, was asking for help. And don't ever be afraid to ask for help. If you're out there and you're in high school, middle school, wherever school you are in, do not be afraid to ask for help.
about his dreams. He said he wanted to go on to play Division One football, and she said not unless you get both your grades and your weight up. So Cam grinded in the weight room.
Facts.
He
That's how my
grinded in the
grandma
classroom,
was.
and by his junior season, Cam
Them
McCormick had
grades
his
ain't
first
right.
breakout year. His 35
The
catches
sports
for
ain't
nearly
gonna be
500
there
yards
for
and
you.
8 receiving touchdowns made him first team all conference. So the
Okay,
now
okay.
6'5",
Damn.
230-pound junior was able to get
Y'all
5
saw that
different
block?
D1
Shit.
offers. For so long, his dream had felt like it was something abstract. Now it was tangible. He could actually reach out and grab it. But as a senior, his luck started to change. Tore his ACL, his first surgery, and rehab. If he'd known how much time
Damn.
he'd end up spending on the operating table and in the rehab room, he might have turned back right then. Because over the next 6 years, he ended up back in that situation time after time after time after time. It was now 2015 and a lot had changed in 2 years. Cam now had both the size and the grades, not to mention the skill set to play D1 ball. He was recovering from his ACL, but things were looking up. Several of the things that troubled him back in 2013, he'd already rectified and moved on with his life. And when he got to Oregon, he was looking to rectify another. Shortly after arriving in college, Cam reaches out to his dad, after the two hadn't even spoken since Cam was 10th grade. On his 18th birthday, after not receiving a call, Cam picks up the phone and he dials his dad's number. The conversation was awkward, as you'd probably imagine. His dad asked about football and college in general. But only after Cam brought it up did his dad realize that it was his only son's birthday. And as you can probably imagine, bro, that really hurt
Wow.
Cam to the point where he really didn't want to talk
Yeah.
no more after that. I felt like he
Yeah, I
didn't
know.
remember me as a person,
Know
or
how
who
that
I
feels,
was,
man.
even on his own son's birthday. After that, I felt like I didn't need to contact him anymore. And according to everything I'm reading, that was the last time they talked. But the feelings of abandonment had bubbled to the surface, and Cam went on a tirade. And he started asking questions like, why doesn't he love me? Why doesn't he want to be in my life? What did I do wrong? He turned the questions on himself. He was trying to use his football training and take accountability. But this is one of those cases where it simply doesn't apply. His dad's a grown man, and while I'm sure his relationship with Cam's mom would have naturally had his own complications, it's still no excuse. To not even pick up the phone and tell your kid happy birthday or check on him when he goes to college, bro, that's not it. You got your son beating himself up thinking he did something wrong. And as the story continues,
That's crazy,
bro,
man. And it's so many people. It's so
in my
many
opinion, continue to get
situations
worse.
just like
All right,
that.
man, real quick before we jump back in, a quick word from today's sponsor, Football Head Coach. So Football Head Coach is a football management game. The goal is to improve your roster by collecting and trading players. And since Football Head Coach is official your kid happy birthday or check on him when he goes to college, bro, that's not it. You got your son beating himself up thinking he did something wrong. And as the story continues, bro, the unfortunate truth is that the transgressions, in my opinion, continue to get worse. Cam's most likely still dealing with those feelings in his own way, but through the darkness, maybe it gave him the strength to fight through both the physical pain and the mental struggle that will follow in the coming years and lead to him having a chance to become the most tenured player in college football history. Due to his ACL tear during his senior year in high school, he was forced to redshirt during his first season in Oregon. So the next year in 2017, when he recovered from the ACL,
This Friday, something super is coming to theaters.
The Paw Patrol! They're cute little...
the winter workouts landed him right back in the hospital. Cam had developed a case of rhabdomyolysis, which I've never actually heard of before.
Never heard that either.
But according to the CDC, it's a serious medical condition that can be fatal or result in permanent disability. It occurs when damaged muscle tissue releases its proteins and electrolytes from the muscle into the bloodstream. These substances can damage both your heart and your kidneys, which should be the last thing I need to say to let you know how real this is. Two of Cam's teammates also suffered from the ailment, and they actually sued the school and got nice bags via settlement.
Yeah,
But Cam
hell
opted not
yeah.
to file a claim
What?
against the school, and I'm not sure exactly what his reasoning was, but that was his decision. Maybe he didn't want to
I
damage
mean,
his
I respect
relationship
it.
with the university, but this was before NIL, so them dollars could have been useful. Sadly, while
Yeah.
Cam was in the hospital recovering, he says he heard from a lot of people, but never heard from his dad. I don't know how bad his case was, but again, you can die from the ailment that he had. So his dad not calling is crazy. According to Cam, he was sure
Damn,
that his
this
dad
is
had
tough,
heard about
man.
what happened, and he couldn't believe that dude didn't even reach out when he was in the hospital. Maybe fueled by that anger, Cam fought back and recovered. And later that same year, by the time fall rolled around, Cam shook back and played every Oregon game that season.
That's
He
what I'm
didn't end up
talking
going
about.
crazy
Use
from a
that as
statistical
motivation. I
standpoint,
love
but
it.
he did score his first collegiate touchdown that year. So
That's
all
what's
in all,
up.
2017
Okay.
went pretty well for Cam. Assuming you subscribe to the old saying, all's well that ends well. So the next season was projected to be a big one for Cam. He had a healthy offseason and some momentum to build on. And current NFL star quarterback Justin Herbert was ready to step
My
into
boy,
his third season.
Justin
Herbert
Herbert.
would indeed go on to have his best season up to that point, but Cam unfortunately wouldn't be there to reap the benefits. Bro, in
Come
week 1 versus
on.
Bowling Green, Cam caught a screen from the man Justin Herbert, but they lost yards on the play. The play got blown up, and unfortunately for Cam, on that same play, his ankle got blown up as well.
No.
Cam broke his fibula and tore
What?
his deltoid ligament, two injuries that automatically meant his season was over. But little did he know that the combination of those injuries would actually threaten to end his career as a whole. He made it back the following season for the
Wait, what?
2019 spring game, but the pain in his ankle had never gone away. He had to have a second surgery to replace one of the screws that had been put into his ankle during the first surgery. So you know what that means, another year down the drain. This is the painful path you traveled.
Oh shit, I forgot about
So
the
2020 rolls around.
the
Ankle still hurting. It's so bad that he has to
what's the name
again
year?
go get it checked out. This time, two of the screws that was holding his ankle together had impinged the ligament, causing the ligament to rupture. Okay, so later that same year, Cam was sent to renowned surgeon Dr. Robert Anderson, who worked with NFL players. He was the top in his field, bro, the best of the best. And if he couldn't fix the problem, maybe nobody could.
Yeah.
So he's 22 years old, 3 surgeries in, and this man still hadn't gotten a call from his dad. Bro, he was going through
What?
as a young man
Still ain't
and
get a
an
call.
athlete. So he had built up physical and emotional scar tissue. So he undergoes that third surgery and 8 months of rehab. But after that long ass process, when he stepped back on the field, for the first time in years, he felt like his old self. But speaking of his old self, he'd already been out of high school for 5 years at that point, and he barely even played. Most of the guys in his draft class had already graduated. Some were already in the league while he was starting over from scratch. Let me give you an idea of some of the players in his class. Nick Bosa, Michael Pittman, DK Metcalf, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Jeffrey Simmons, AJ Brown. They'd all done their time in college and moved on to bigger things. While Cam was
Damn,
still trying to
that
get his college career
sucks.
going. He lost 3 years to an injury followed by complications and setbacks. He filed for medical redshirt years, and luckily they were granted. But even still, at that point, after all he had gone through and what he still had to go through, he didn't know if he should continue. He ultimately decided that when his career does end, it wouldn't be due to injury. It'd be on his own terms. And in 2021,
Like it's
after
supposed to
3
be.
years away, he finally got back on the field for some live action. Bro, 1,099 days had passed since he caught that screen pass back in 2018. Justin Herbert had gone on to become a first-round pick, while Cam was just now getting back on the field. During his first game back, they just kinda eased him in. He played just a few snaps, mostly on special teams. Then in game 2, he caught a 16-yard pass and converted a third down. But even though he
Okay.
caught the ball, bro,
There
he
we
could
go.
not catch a break. Because on his first catch in 3 years,
What?
he
Another
tore his
one?
Achilles. When
Oh
I tell
my
you this man
goodness,
has
bruh.
no injury luck. I don't even know how he just kept coming back time and time
He ain't
again.
got no
So
luck at
underwent
all.
His 4th major surgery in the last 6 years. And
Come
before
on,
he still
man.
didn't get a call.
What?
Using Google Maps, bro, he found his dad's house, zoomed in, and was extremely confused by what he saw. Apparently, his dad's truck has an Oregon sticker. Imagine how you'd feel seeing that, knowing you haven't even talked to dude. Cam didn't know what to think, but it probably just pissed him off. It's almost like you false rep and you don't even check on your boy. Maybe his dad wants to be there but don't know how to fix the relationship. Or maybe he wants to tell people that his son plays college ball without doing the bare minimum, like calling your kid on his birthday. So his football career in Oregon started in 2016.
This shit,
and it didn't
bro,
come
is
to an
pissing
end
me
until
off. I ain't gonna lie.
2023. During that time, Cam played under 5 different head coaches, all while going through 4 different major surgeries. But he didn't waste the time. See, a kid who struggled earlier in his life with a learning disability left the University of Oregon with a bachelor's degree and a master's degree, despite being in a constant state of rehab. He's now transferred to Miami.
Man, that's great right there, bro.
And he was granted a 9th year, which would be 2024, while he was at Oregon, but he has to reapply at the new school, and I'm assuming that they'll approve it again. But while he's currently playing in what's technically his 8th year of college football, you gotta remember, bro, there's 3rd-year guys who already played in as many games as Cam McCormick has. He hasn't gotten bogus extra years, and he's not trying to pull something shady. He's just had some of the worst injury luck I've ever seen. When I first saw the story of the 9th-year senior, my first thought was that dude was probably just trying to game the system. But when I look at what he's gone through, my whole perspective changed. I don't really care what no one says. Like, in my mind, he a G. Because to keep coming back, bro, time and
his
time
story,
again,
bro,
it takes some real
that's
heart. It's much
crazy.
easier to walk away. So
100%.
9th year and he actually decides to play it, it'll make him the longest tenured college football player in history. And he'll end up being the butt of a couple of jokes for that fact. But
man,
jokes,
I don't care what nobody say.
Got to this point. It's not easy
he shouldn't either.
After going through
at this point,
and every time he takes
you a soldier, man. For real.
But over the years, bro, he realized that fear is not the issue. Fear is actually only a problem when the person lacks courage. Because without courage, you don't have what it takes to actually face them fears. And you just start running away, like, over and over again. Cam grew up like a lot of kids with a pretty bad fear of clowns. In order to face his fear, he tatted a Joker on his arm, and Pennywise, and a Jack in the Box.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's what's up. Whoa. Ooh, look at that. I ain't gonna lie, that tattoo
and
nice.
Now in the face of ridicule for potentially being a 9th-year senior, with the risk of stepping wrong and undergoing his 5th surgery, he leans on his courage and proudly wears his title as the 9th-year senior who's still chasing.
Hopefully you guys, you know, normally I say hopefully you guys enjoy that, but if you don't enjoy this right here, this story, I don't know what to tell you guys. Love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.